Guys, if you're watching this, make sure you subscribe. If you want to watch the whole thing, you can watch it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Welcome back to another episode of Saving Grace. Today, we have the Queen of Essex in the house. It's only Lisa Baggs.
I'm so excited.
We've got the Whispering Angel on set, and we've got the actual Whispering Angel on set as well. If you had a blood test, I reckon it would be 90%.
No, 95.
95. Let's be serious now. Let's be serious. Right. Obvious. Right. Actually, no. Give a little introduction to yourself. Who are you?
I am Lisa Baggs.
You are, yeah.
I was on Gogglebox.
You were?
And I'm mother to 3 beautiful children.
Yep.
2 of them are now doing all right.
Stars.
Doing all right,
Yep.
I'd like to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And those of you who don't know who the boys are, Joe and George Baggs, the Gogglebox. And today I'm GK Baggs. I've joined the family.
Hurrah.
Thank you.
My surrogate
I needed
daughter.
that. You know, I had my initiation last week, didn't I?
Oh, God, yeah.
Only came round for a quiet one. I left getting bloody taken out in George's car.
It's taken me 4 days to get over it.
Yeah, no, seriously. Do you know what's good about you, though, when you have people round? I'd have like 3 sips of the wine. It wouldn't even be half empty, and Tel would come round and go, a bit more, Grace.
I know.
I'd go, yeah, all right, thanks, Tel.
I told you, we bought 4 bottles of wine and I had to make him go out to get another 4.
I don't remember it. I don't remember any of it. All I remember is sitting in your living room on the Gogglebox couch thinking these are nice photos.
Do you know, I actually forgot we did that.
No, same. I was like, what are you talking about Gogglebox photos? Bill showed me. I went, oh.
That was pretty...
That was when we should
And
have
then
quit.
I said to Terry, why did I show Grace upstairs? He went, because you said, come and have a look at the state of Joe's bedroom.
You showing us upstairs. I don't know how you can cut some of this if you don't want this in. you went, this is the landing. We only do it on the landing now. We don't do it on the bed.
No, we don't. Not
Why?
messing up my bed. No,
Oh, you
no. No, I'm not messing up
Poor
my
George
bed.
has gone for a 2 a.m. glass of water. He's seen too much.
Oh, no, I'm in bed by 9, let's be honest.
Well, no,
Well, unless you come over.
Well, I'll see you next week. But let's get into it. So,
Right.
Gogglebox.
Yes.
How'd it go? No, actually, I know how you got scouted through TikTok.
Yes.
But how did you find it?
It was the most exciting time.
Yeah.
Apart from obviously being with my husband.
You got to slip that one in there.
No, it was. Do you know what? For somebody of my age, I turned 50 that year.
Yeah.
To be asked to go on a show like that was amazing. And I really, really enjoyed it. And then we did it for 2 years. And then it was time just for us to try something else. So we did have a really good time. And I'm still friends with all the producers. You know, everyone was lovely to us. So I can't really knock it. So...
And it gave you an excuse to drink.
Well, I wasn't supposed to though, was I?
Oh, were you not? I didn't know.
Well, no, I will say, son number 2 and 3
Yeah.
used to say to me, Mum, you are not allowed to drink. And then people out there knowing, I'd have my bottle of wine in the fridge, have a little glass, you know, and then I'd sit down and be like that.
What was the episode that you were so drunk they were trying to do close-ups?
That was all Joe's fault.
Yeah. Okay,
That was Joe's fault because I didn't want to do that particular week. I was really fed up and... All my friends were out. He said, Mum, you've got to do it. He'd had a week off doing something, so had George. And then, you know, when you sit down and think, right, don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I had 2 glasses of wine, but I looked like I'd had 10. I was like,
No, the videos were amazing. One eye was looking the other way.
well, I know.
I'd never seen anything like it in my life.
And the next day, I was absolutely mortified. And the thing is, the boys wouldn't let me eat while we were filming because they say that I crunch really loudly.
Oh, you're a...
Yeah, because I've got implants, so I can crunch on whatever you like.
Yeah.
Lots of implants,
Lots
obviously.
of implants.
But I like to
Flammable.
crunch.
Yeah, as you should.
So I'd go to get a Chris and they'd go, oh, fucking hell. And I'd be like, I'm starving.
I need something.
I'm going to just die
Because
of
you can't
hunger.
drink on an empty stomach. That's how you die.
But Joe would be looking at me going to me, Mum, for Christ's sake, pull yourself together. I'd be like,
Tattle's going to love Joe after this.
yeah, I just thought, oh, God.
Joe's abusive to his mum.
He was told quite a lot by the producers to be kind.
Was it?
Yeah.
No way.
He was.
I love that.
Be kind.
How was it? How has it been having 3 boys?
Really hard.
I bet it has.
I've got no one to go shopping with.
No.
I've got no one to do any girly things with at all.
No.
Like, said to George, oh, let's go like shopping and I'll get you some pillowcases when you stay
Not
at Joe's.
pillowcases.
Yeah, just any excuse. He went, oh, fuck off, Mum. I'm like, okay. So that's why I hate shopping.
Oh,
Got no one to go with.
That's really sad.
Got no one to go
I'll
with.
come with you. I'm only 50 minutes away. Just tell me for
Well,
an
do you know
hour
what
before.
I just said? I do like Cambridge, so we might have to go to Cambridge.
Might have to. Go to the
Ivy.
Grand Arcade.
No, Ivy.
Yep. Ivy.
Boots. They've got big boots there.
Sponsor up. I love how you know that. Big boots.
Yeah, well, I went there last year. My friend took me for my birthday, and I went, oh my God, it's got a massive boots. So that's the only thing I really remember about, apart from the Ivy. It was lovely. But
Apart from the drinks, yeah.
Yeah.
They do punting. We could do punting, Lisa.
I don't go on
We
water.
could get drunk. Well, you're not in it. You're on it.
Yeah, I know, but it's like that motion sickness.
What, on a lake?
Yeah. Not good on anything unless my feet are firmly on the ground.
To be fair, when I was on a kayak, I was getting a bit of vertigo as well. I was thinking, oh.
Kayak, they turn upside down.
Thank you, Lisa. I was in a rocky water as well.
Where did you do that?
Croatia. Worst place.
Oh, I remember that. I saw it.
Yeah, thank you.
Have you seen Joe Water?
No.
Hilarious.
Really? Are you? Are you scared of water? Oh, he's terrified. Okay, fine. Well, listen, understandable. Water's disgusting.
So are planes.
So I'm glad we agree on that. God forbid we ever go on a plane together.
No.
It'd be mayhem.
No.
We'd be assisted off.
No.
No.
When you let me on.
We'd be blackout drunk. Oh, where's the toilet? And they'll be like, right, go.
I nearly missed my flight years ago with Terry.
Why?
They were saying the Baggs family, that last call for the Baggs family, I was in the toilet. I didn't want to go.
Wait, how did you and Tell meet?
In a pub. Just went out one night, didn't want to go out.
No.
And do you know what? Don't. This is the truth. I didn't drink then. I didn't drink. I
No,
drove.
when you said this, I thought that's hilarious.
No,
But
honestly.
you made up for it now.
Well,
Your
he
years
said
of
to
not
me,
drinking.
I cannot have a girlfriend that goes out with me and she's got a blue tongue. So I said, drink blue Caraco, which goes in a cocktail. So he said, I'm not doing that. That's not funny. So he taught me about wine. But then I've got
Downhill
really
from there.
fussy.
Yeah.
It's only like Pinot Blush or Whispering Angel or something.
Now we have to pick you up off the concrete floors.
That was your fault.
That was my fault.
That was your fault.
I take all responsibility.
Why did you ask me to lay on the floor?
I cannot say that information online. Sorry,
Oh,
Lisa.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Oh, God.
No, that sounds so dodgy.
I said about having
Lisa
yogurt. I
Bags.
well, I think we need a few months. I went, all right, Christmas.
No, a few months to recover.
Wow.
I felt like dog. Like dog? I felt like dog. I felt like dog shit the next day. I was like, oh my
Yeah, but I
God.
carried on, the hair of the dog.
Naming your children.
Right.
Right.
Danny,
Yeah.
my eldest,
DeVito.
who's 33, I called him Danny after Danny Zuko in Greece.
I mean, it makes sense. He has
Because-
long hair though, doesn't he, as well?
Oh, he's got loads of hair.
There we are.
He's so gorgeous. So
Yeah.
I named him Danny, not Daniel, Danny.
Yeah.
Joe was going to be called Austin.
Ooh.
But then my husband loved it. Terry loved it. But I said, I'm not having it. I'll call him Aussie. It's like a dog's name.
Yeah, it is.
And he come out, and then I was going
Aussie.
to call him Alfie. And I went, no, he looks
Alfie's
like
a cute name.
Yeah, but my dog was called Alfie.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I said, he looks like a little baby Joe. And
He
then
does.
George was obviously after George Michael. Obviously.
But do you really like George Michael?
Oh, my God.
Would you die for him?
Well, the night that he died,
Oh,
I went
forgot
to bed.
he's dead. Sorry,
I went to bed.
Yeah, Mayra.
And it was the same thing Terry did to me when Princess Diana died. I'd had a skinful. It was Christmas Day, right? Came and woke me up
Yeah.
at 11:30 and went, Lisa, you got to wake up. George Michael's died. I didn't know where I was. When you're, oh, fucking hell, where am I? So I went, I put the telly on, right? I fell to the floor.
What is wrong?
I was absolutely hysterical, and I was smoking then, which is terrible. I'd gone back smoking. God forgive me.
Yeah.
So George dragged me down the gallery landing out to the utility, and I chain smoked 10 fags. He had to phone my hairdresser because she used to do George Michael's sister's hair. To say, do you know the truth about this? Mum's hysterical. I was up all night crying.
Oh my
And then
God.
the next day we were packing to go to Cornwall because I think it was the 26th Boxing Day. So we were packing for Cornwall. And what happened was, George thought it'd be really nice to play George Michael songs. Every song he put on, I was going, By the time we got to Cornwall, I hadn't packed a fucking thing. Terry was going, where's this?
Just
I
tissue.
don't know. I just got...
I'm in mourning.
I was distraught.
That's insane. We like that when Diana died as well.
Oh, terrible.
Sorry.
Because
I can't.
Because Joe was only 3 or 4 months old, and I thought
Right.
if the most famous woman in the world
Yep.
can die, it can happen to us. Then I was shit scared.
Obviously.
Yeah, then I was shit scared I was going to die. I was shit scared then, so I wouldn't go out the house, didn't go to the supermarket. It was atrocious.
Oh my God.
I mean, obviously take things to the extreme.
Well, really?
It's just kind of girl I am.
It's not like you.
Yeah, but it was horrendous.
That's amazing. Now, Lisa, I'm scared if anyone in your family dies.
Oh, it's terrible.
Because I don't know how you're going to cope
I'm
with
really
that.
not good at death, as the boys know. I mean, you just can't even, I just can't. Like dogs dying, I'm just like, don't.
All pets dying.
Just don't talk to me.
No way.
It's not good.
Have another glove.
It never ends
because,
well.
Yeah, I can, literally, they die. Yeah.
For me, though, I'm hysterical for like weeks. I am.
Who's the next person that dies you're going to be really hysterical at?
Oh, Tom Jones.
Oh, I saw your video at you, Tom Jones.
Oh, do you know what?
It was beautiful.
He was unbelievable.
Hands in the sky.
And I love him to bits, and I mean this in a really respectful way.
Nope.
But I wanted to go and see him because he's getting older.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to miss the
soon.
boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought,
I'll miss
if
the
I
boat.
don't hurry up. I just had the best night. I mean,
But didn't he say in his speech, he basically said like a monologue to his death?
Yeah, but do you know what that was? And I found out this week on the telly that beautiful song that he wrote was for his wife. So that I now understand the meaning behind it. So now I was a bit like, because we were all a bit like, oh.
Does he know something we don't?
Well,
Yeah.
I was a bit, but I've always fancied him.
Right,
I know
well,
he's
Tom-
old enough to be my dad, but, I mean, of course.
It's fine.
Of course you would.
All dated old men.
All day long.
All day long and all
I
night
don't think you'd be
long.
able to do that all day
Oh, that's
long.
Lionel
I can't
Richie.
either, but there you go. 5 minutes and that's it. Hurry up. Fucking hell.
The landing's a bit hard at the moment, yeah. It's not good.
I'm like, fucking hell, Tel, hurry up, for Christ's sake.
Tel's watching this like, I don't know about that. Tel was done dirty. Do you know when I met Tel, he is so funny.
I know he is.
He is so funny, but when you saw him on the show, he'd never speak on the show.
But he did. This is the thing. They
just
didn't
wouldn't
put it
show
in.
it, yeah.
Did they? They just never put it in. It was never. I mean, some of the times we were crying, all four of us, and like they see now he said, "Guys, can you stop now?" We were just crying. they're trying to it went on for hours. And then we'd go into the kitchen. We were all mic'd up. I mean, 9 out of 10, one of us would want to fart, which is usually me or Joe.
Yeah.
Me or Joe.
Yeah.
So we'd have to hold the mic and go,
What was that one where you farted and then the mic guy was
I leant over by the kettle and we just had mounds of pizza. And I thought, oh my God, this is really not going to end well. And I went to Joe. He said, is everybody outside? He went, yes, I've held my mic and thought, right, I just let a little one out. Obviously, they're not little because of TikTok. And then as I've done that, the sound man walked in and went, Lisa, I need to change your mic. And I was like, I was absolutely.
I'd be blaming the dog. I'm like, Dolly.
She weren't even there. She was locked away.
Oh.
And then the next thing the boys used to say to me, Mum, bowl the kettle, bowl the kettle. I'd be going, having pits in my stomach. I can't deal with it. And then he'd go, Mum, we got to go back in. I'd be like, I need to fart. I did walk in once, walk round the sofa and just let it all out before I sat down. And then as I sat down, I thought, oh my God, this is just the most embarrassing thing ever. I thought if they put that in, I'm not filming next week.
I'm leaving.
Honestly. It was just so embarrassing.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for all of those episodes. I'm fuming I wasn't.
We used to row in the kitchen all the time.
I believe that too. I really believe that.
Like Joe used to tell me off. Joey's like my manager. He tells me off all the time.
There's a common denominator here. It's Joe.
It is. He used to tell me off all the time. I'm now frightened to speak to him. I'm like...
Joe's like Kris Jenner. I love it.
Oh, he is. 100%.
I love it.
100%.
I'm in love.
He's proper diva.
He is.
He was from the minute that the sperm touched the egg.
Well, and you'd know.
It was. From the minute that happened, I knew I was pregnant with him. He's the most awkward sod from the minute he was in my belly.
You were getting morning sickness.
I had every single awful thing of pregnancy.
Really?
And the birth was so traumatic. As soon as he come out, I went, give him to the father. Give him, I don't want him. I don't want him.
Is that when he was covered in poo?
No, that was George.
Oh, okay.
He turned out all right, though.
Yeah, Pooey George.
Poor Joe, though, he come out, he was so big. Terry looked at him, looked at the baby grows and went, that ain't going to fit him. He literally fell out like a rugby ball and Terry caught him at the end of the bed.
Oh, my God. I'm not having kids. I'm not
do you know what? But with George,
Yeah.
there I was eating my tuna sandwich, going, I think I'm ready. And the midwife went, she needs to get it out now because you could see. And I didn't know that obviously he was covered
You
in
was
poo.
sat there.
And then he come out and I was like,
You didn't go and give him a kiss on the forehead,
no,
though,
did
you?
all of them. I've said, wipe them up.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes I
nah.
watch One Born every minute and I think, oh,
You know when they pop them on
dirty
the chest?
bastards.
Pop
No
that.
way.
No way.
That's
No,
disgusting.
not having that.
No,
Not having that.
No way. It's disgusting. I'm out.
Yeah, I was out. No.
And so were they. So, thank you for today's sponsor of the podcast. It's only HelloFresh. As we all know, I'm a uni student and I can't cook. I've been living off noodles for 4 years, only until I started using HelloFresh. What is that? I'll let you know. But you get a box, you get loads of ingredients and you get recipes, meals that you can choose from. And it's just easy. You get told how to do it and you don't have to go on your weekly shop because it comes to you. HelloFresh just isn't for the old fogey that can't cook anymore. You can be a uni student, or if you just don't know where to start with cooking, if you don't have enough time in the day, it's for everyone. Even a newborn, you pop out and you make a katsu. Love that. So if you want to try out HelloFresh, you can get 50% off of your first box and then 35% off of your next 3 boxes after that by using the code GRACE50. So 50% off your first box and 35% off your next 3 boxes using the code GRACE50. Lisa's taken the wheel of this episode, right? So we've got some funny stories of Lisa's life, of Joe and George. And we're going to start with the first one, which is Nappy. Right, Nappy.
Obviously, going on from the awkward conversation about Joe being the most awkward child ever.
Of course, yep.
I was trying to potty train him, didn't want to know. So I said to him one day, I was trying to put washing out, the dogs were going mad. I said, right, you need to go to the toilet, there's a potty, do it right now.
I was saying the same thing when we went to Mallorca.
He's a nightmare,
and
isn't
he won't listen.
So I just said to him, there is the potty. Yeah. You sit down, you want to do poo-poo, you sit
Yeah.
right. So there, I've left him. All of a sudden, I've heard this almighty scream. And it's like someone's tried to kill him.
Right.
I've run upstairs. He was like this, shaking, because most children don't see their poo that they do. Well, there was like a cow pack in this potty.
No way.
Well, then after that, he didn't go to the toilet. He refused to do a poo. So he would not go.
He had PTSD.
So I had to go and take him to the doctors.
No way.
So he soiled 15 pairs of pants, right, in 11 days.
No.
And I had to stick suppositories up his bottom and he still didn't go. And when he did, it was like a nuclear explosion. But do you know what he did after that?
No.
He never went on the toilet till he was 6. And what you'd have to do
6?
is put a nappy, an adult nappy on him, because he was fucking huge. And he'd get up, walk into the corner of the lounge, say we're watching telly, turn his back to us, and all you'd hear is... right? He'd have a shit in the corner of the lounge and then go to me, finished. That was it. And that's what he used to do. That is what he used to do. And then we'd have to take the nappy off. And he was a big boy for 6. He was like at primary school.
Nah, that is.
Yeah, and that's what he used to do.
In primary school?
Yeah.
So when he was at primary school, did you just poo in his nappy as well?
Well, I just used to say to the teachers, if he wants to go to the toilet,
No, the way you laugh.
if he wants to go to the toilet, can you just phone me and I'll come in?
Oh, no.
Seriously. But he used to get up, walk, but he'd turn his back and he'd go like this. You know when you go...
Veins popping out.
Like it's a bit like pushing out a baby.
No
And then
way.
he'd turn around and go, finished. Honestly, we had friends round. And I go to him, can you go in another room? And he had his spot. But he'd turn his back and everyone would go...
I bet that spot stank.
Yeah, but my friends used to go, what's he doing? And I'd go, no, just carry on talking. And Terry'd be absolutely mortified.
Oh,
Seriously.
my God. And do you know what? This is explaining a lot to me. I'm seeing
Well,
my
you
friendship
stayed with
clearer.
him. You know what he's like now.
I have. And that was beautiful. I've never seen a man sweat like I saw Joe sweat.
I heard this story.
It was the funniest thing. Like, genuinely, we were just sat there all-inclusive. I say all-inclusive, it was only dog food. But all-inclusive. He was going up for seconds, thirds, dairy milk.
He's always been a greedy bugger.
Well,
Always.
Listen, who can blame him? All-inclusive. And all of a sudden, I see him, like, profusely sweating to the point where I'm going, Joe.
You're right.
Like,
You're right, hon.
it's hot. Well, I know we're in Mallorca, but it's air-conned in here. And he's grabbing napkins off the other tables, wetting him, patting himself down. I'm going, whoa, what's going on? And all of a sudden, he gets up to get another pudding, demolishes the pudding.
Another one?
Yeah. And by this point, his shirt's like soaked through. I'm going, what the fuck is going on? And then he just goes, excuse me for a minute. Like walks all the way out. He's at the lift, like pressing all the buttons, and he's gone genuinely for about a fortnight. I am like, and I'm scream laughing because I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
He comes back all flustered, like, and he goes, I don't know what that was. was like, I think I know what that was. And it happened every night. Although he didn't have to run to the toilet.
There are certain things he shouldn't eat and he still eats them.
Amazing.
Do you know when he comes home?
Yeah.
I have to cook.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't have this, I can't have that. And I'm like, now I'm going like, fuck right, I'll get your own fucking food then. I'm not doing it.
Do your own HelloFresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sponsor.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, our
Hashtag.
next story. So you don't want to be being sick on a plane?
No, we can do that one.
Oh, go on, be sick on a plane.
Right, when I went to my only girls' weekend ever with my girlfriends since I've been married. So I've been married for 27 years, went to Malta, had a fantastic time, but it was like 42 degrees. Got on the plane, we to be fair, we didn't drink that much because it was so hot. Got on the plane, 20 minutes into the flight, I'm thinking, God, I really don't feel very well. And I've got my friend Jane sitting next to me, she's got four kids, right? Oh. 4 kids. And I've got my really...
Sorry, Jane.
fitness girl, Kaylee, sitting next to her. My other 2 friends, Louise and Sarah. So all of a sudden I go, I was coughing. I thought, oh God, I don't feel very well. Saw a sick bag in Jane's thing. I said, Jane, I don't feel very well. So she went like this. Oh, fuck off, Lise. Oh. So I thought, okay, no support from you.
Yeah.
Then I've looked at Kaylee. Kaylee's got her running magazine because she had a new boyfriend at the time trying to get to fitness like this. I've looked over there. Sarah and Louise have got their books. They're like this. And I went, oh, I'm fucking on my own then. And I've got up, 20 minutes, started being sick, and then it all came the other way. This went on for nearly 4 hours. And then by the end of it, I had to rip my knickers off and put them in the bin, right? And where I was trying to clean myself up with anti-back wipes, obviously they're for your hands. I'm using them on every part of my body. So I was stinging from head to toe. Come out. Literally, the pilot said, we're going to be landing in 20 minutes. I've run out. The pilot standing there, the air hostess looks at me and goes, oh, hello, Pet, are you okay? Because you really, really don't look very well. I've seen you go to the toilet. And I went, I need to go to the toilet. And I threw up all over the pilot's feet.
No.
And he just stood there and he went, I think I'm just going to have to announce that the landing might be slightly delayed. Could you imagine it? But you know what? The whole time I had my pink Ray-Bans on.
In style.
Pink Ray-Bans, thinking that no one's going to recognise me, no one's going to know.
Of course.
But do you know what, Grace? Not one person at the front of that flight asked for, I was all right. I heard someone went, she's pissed. I won't, I had sunstroke.
Oh, you had sunstroke?
I had sunstroke because nobody else was ill. And I actually threw up on the pilot's feet. And then when I got home, Terry picked me up. I was literally got to the front door and went, George, it was like an episode of Long Lost Family. George went, Mum, you fucking stink. I went, cheers for that, hun. Go and run me a bath. And then Terry come up and says later on, I mean, honestly, I'd been so ill. And you know, like, this is why I won't do a long haul flight now. Right. Because I'm traumatised. Yeah. So when I got in, Terry walked upstairs, bless him, and went, do you want a glass of wine? Now, most people say no. I went, oh, yeah, go on then. Pirate, I am.
You have an issue.
I thought, oh. So that's why I don't do long haul flights.
Yeah, but how long is Malta?
4 hours, but it was stifling.
Yeah, but it doesn't help on a plane because the whole like being in the air.
But you know what, my mates? I mean, I've known them for 30 years. Cheers, girls.
But they even when you were in the toilet, they weren't going, "You all right, Lise?"
As I come out, there was magazines up, books. They were telling not to know me. And I was going, "Oh, sit down, please." And then in the end, Katie did say to me, "Would you like to sit on the end? Seeing as you're frequenting the toilet so much." I was like, "You fucking bitch."
Yeah, I would actually.
Yeah, thanks, friends.
Yeah, thanks.
It was just mortifying.
No,
That's why I
don't know what I'd do.
Now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but you might not get sunstroke every time.
Yeah, but do you know what it was? I wondered why they was all sitting there with their hats on, their glasses. And I'm going, it'll probably be 6 years again till I get this heat. So I'm laying out in it and I was like a lobster. And it's only happened to me once before years ago and I should have known better. But at the airport, I was like, oh, you know, when you think, and I felt quite hot. Well from the inside. I thought, this ain't going to end well. So
and it didn't, yeah.
Well, that's the story on the plane.
You'll never go to Malta again.
It was lovely, actually. Oh. It was a really nice place.
I would recommend it, actually.
It was lovely. It was too hot to drink. I mean, too hot to drink. But it was.
And that's how you know.
Well, yeah.
I'm not going to go there.
I'm not going to Dubai. I can't be doing that.
Oh, fuck that.
Nah.
Right. Fake tan.
Right, my poor George had a non-uniform day, and obviously he's quite pale because he's blonde. Mum, I look really, really pale. Can you help me out? Can you put something on my face? I've got just the thing for you. I've got a moisturiser.
No.
It's fake tan. So anyway, I put it on every night. As you can see, I'm orange like the Essex girl should be.
I love it.
So put it on him 3 times. He's woken up in the morning like an Oompa Loompa, you know, in the film where he's orange.
Oh my God.
And I sent him into school but then he
tried. Sent him into school?
Yeah. Joe was crying. Joe went, Mum, you can't do it. We were in the morning. He was late for school. We had flannels. We had scouring pads. My poor little boy, he went to me and he walked into school and he phoned me and went, I'm never speaking to you again. He was orange. Like proper Essex.
Oh,
Joe went, Mum, you just can't.
God.
I went, oh, but then I said, I've got a bit of blush.
Joe's sticking up for him though.
Yeah, but Joe went, it's all right, a bit of makeup. Obviously, I should have known then, really.
Well,
yeah. A bit like,
yeah, I was a person.
Yeah, you know, like so. But it was orange, and George was crying because Joe was standing there going, "You look fine, you look fine." He's going, "I don't." And as he walked to school, everyone was literally. I saw them. I dropped them off. We're going.
No.
Oh, my poor little baby.
Well,
boy.
I've heard another time that you've upset your kids. And I'm going to bring up Sports Day.
Oh, God, no. No,
I've heard it all.
No, to do what George told you.
Since.
Well, the one about the fact that nobody told me the sports.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
No, so give them the story.
Well, my friends, like fucking friends at the school.
Yeah, there's
right?
a lot going on here.
Been out of a couple the day before. Yeah, lovely. See you tomorrow afternoon. I've turned up in the afternoon to school.
Yeah.
Thinking like I brought George's trainers, put them down. I went, yeah, George's trainers. And he went, Mum, it was this morning. This morning, I literally thought my bowels were just going to hit the floor. I went, what do you mean? It was this morning. He went, Mum, you missed it, Grace. I went for this woman across this field, but where I was so upset, I went, you spent all afternoon in my fucking house yesterday and you didn't say. She went, well, I wondered where you were, but you know, I sat there, right, and I sobbed on the grass. And do you know what? And he came up to me, George, he pulled my dress, he went, I won every race, Mummy.
Oh, that's even worse.
I was just...
You didn't even see it.
And I will never get that time back. But you know what? I'll give him his due.
Yeah.
All the mum said to me, even though I wasn't there, apparently he kept looking round for me because he heard me before he saw me, let's be honest.
Yeah,
but they all said, considering what he was, like I wasn't there, he had so much confidence and he won every single race.
Oh,
one day, Karma's a bitch.
Yep.
And those girls will get it. They will get it. Thankfully, a couple of them moved away.
Yeah.
Thank fuck. Because every night I've got voodoo dolls.
Did you never speak to them again after that?
No, it come to a real head after that. That's another story. I'm not bringing this up. Yeah, could have got arrested. Joke.
I know. Am I?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was traumatised. I mean, what sort of mother does that?
Oh,
I was the mother when
were.
the kids had, a school trip. I was first on the list on the wall. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
No one ever took
You
my
were
kids
signing
out.
their little things, yeah.
When we had parents teacher day, I'm at the top. I'm 10 past 4 appointment. So I wasn't there. So it's that is I'll have nightmares about this tonight. They brought it up.
No, Joe went to me, bring up the sports.
That was horrendous. Well, I'm going to kill him when we get out of here because I'm going to kill you because I'm going to have nightmares now tonight about the fact that I left my Georgie on his own.
He survived though.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great,
and he's much better than Joe at sports. Joe was shit.
Sorry, Joe. Poor bastard, Peter.
He was shit. Oh, sorry.
It's got the best people about at sports, and I'm sticking by that. I'm sticking by it. Service station.
No, this is mortifying.
And I'm ready.
Do you know when it was? When George Michael died. We've come back from Cornwall. I bought the OK magazine. This is a week after. I'm traumatised.
Not the OK.
Right? I'm in the car. Yeah. George in the back with Dolly, my little baby girl. And so anyway, obviously because we've got the dog, we're taking turns at the service station to go to the toilet. Yeah. I've got back in the car. Terry said, yeah, you ready? We've pulled off. And we're in the background. We've seen George shoeless going, Mum! Wait! I didn't know he'd got out of the car because I was so balls deep into my OK magazine going, George Michael. Saw the dog, fucking drove off. Well, we were just about to pull off. And I went,
could you imagine?
Stop! Oh, do you know what?
Oh,
I sat up for 2 nights.
Oh, for
literally
God's
thinking
sake.
I was going to have to call the Speakmans. I was going to have to call the fucking Speakmans because I thought I've left my child behind. I've put fake tan all over me. Didn't turn up to his sports day. What kind of a mother am I?
You were going to admit yourself
and
somewhere.
This is the child that I really wanted.
Yeah.
I just thought, I'm going to get struck off.
Yeah,
life
no, you are.
forever.
Yeah.
But if you'd have seen his little face, he was going,
Oh,
and I thought, can you imagine if...
No, because I'm really laughing at the hands.
He was just
really
going,
laughing.
Mum, but like his little face, Grace, I could cry now. I was like, oh my God, I've abandoned my child. Dolly was just like that. Terry
get the
went to
bigger
me,
seat.
you stupid bitch. You think more of George Michael than your own George. I went, no, I was
He's
just...
also in the car, though.
Huh?
He was also in the car, though,
Exactly,
wasn't he?
but George had got out. I didn't hear him say, my mum, because I always say, look, so
And he
chuck
had
your
no
rubbish out.
shoes on as well.
And he had no phone. I said to him, what would you have done? He went, I don't know, I probably would have had to gone in and just, I said, well, I hope you would have gone and told somebody at the services. But
He'd have gone and be like, can I have these sweets? I'll wait here
because he
get
looked so
back.
little. Because it was like 5-6 years ago.
Still does.
Oh my God, love
Poor
him.
boy.
How bad is that?
That's amazing.
He was the most wanted child, like they all have been.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, and then I need therapy. Hey, I need the Speakmans.
No, you do. But that would make a great film.
I mean, yeah, I need the Speakmans.
Your life would make a great film.
Oh, yeah. There are trigger points in my life. And
Well, I bet.
when there's certain people that are not here anymore, I'm going to write a book. There's going to be a film about me, let me tell you.
I can't wait. What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in your life?
Oh, God, now there's a question.
I know.
Probably the TikTok where I farted and he put it all over the internet the other day.
Hold on.
Yeah, that probably was. I'm not being funny. At the end of the day, right, what we do in our house should be kept private. Since TikTok, everyone's seen me makeupless, braless, looking like an absolute dog, swearing all the time, cooking shit food, hating on everyone.
Do you know what? Is it on Joe or George's?
It's on Joe's.
Right.
That is probably the most embarrassing thing in my life.
In case you haven't heard Lisa's fart, I'm going to
thanks, Grace.
put it
Love you.
into
You're never
the
coming
mic.
round ever again. I think the worst one
love
is
it.
the second one with George with the red top on.
George with the red top on?
That's how you'll find it.
Where the hell is this farting video? Hold on.
Favourite condom brand?
My lashes done at 8 morning. What the hell am I going to do?
Right, ready?
Oh, God, no, it's really bad. Oh.
It's like...
I mean, I'm not being funny, but everyone does it.
Well, not like you, Lisa. Jesus
It's
Christ.
better out than in.
Well-
And if that was all because he got me a bloody pizza and I couldn't have that base. That was Joe's fault.
Not the base. Was it a crusty crust?
Yeah.
A crusty crust?
Yeah, it was a really thick, and I said, I can't eat that. And I knew. Do you know what I'd done? I had some the night before, gone out for a walk, come in, because I don't usually really eat lunch, and I thought, God, I'm really hungry.
Skinny queen.
Just nipping. Yeah, well, no, it's not that, because I'm getting fat through menopause. I thought, right, I'm going to look in the fridge. Yeah, thanks for laughing.
Right.
So I looked at the fridge and thought, do you know what? No one's going to know. No one will know. I'll have that
know.
slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Half an hour later, I'm upstairs.
Everyone
I said to
knew.
Joe, I've got a really bad stomach. Like, really, do you know, like, I thought I'm either going to
It's
have to go to the
hurting.
toilet.
Yeah.
It's going to have to come out.
Yeah.
And I'm not being funny. It is better out than in.
Seriously.
But it is. It's better out than in.
It is. But I don't know what it is with the genes.
Oh, our family are terrible.
In your family?
Everyone's gassy. Everyone
Poo.
farts.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's got
insane.
IBS.
Yeah.
Everyone lives at the chemist. Everyone
Repeat prescriptions.
Yeah, it is.
all
It's
the
just
time.
a nightmare. You know, that's just our family.
I love it. Everyone's got their kinks.
Well, yeah,
And
there you
yours
go.
is shit.
As is ours.
Is this Ruby?
Oh my God. Right, I need to top up for this.
Okay, fine.
We need Yes, please, my darling. No, no, it's finger who you like, love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Oh, half the Arctic
Oh yeah, because he's got to water it down. Otherwise, I'll be going home and Terry will be going, oh, look at the fucking state of you. Like he was on Monday. When I went into him, I went, oh, I don't feel very well. He went, right, Grace is not coming round till Christmas. Christmas in my house is amazing. You've got to come round.
Yeah, I'm there. Don't worry about it.
I've got about 5 trees.
I was planning. What's the need?
I've just got loads of trees. I just like Christmas trees of all
I
different
respect
themes.
it though. I like it.
Do you
I
not like
a good
Christmas?
tree. No, I like a Christmas. I like a Christmas. I like Christmas.
Well,
I
last
do.
year the boys broke half my baubles, if you remember.
That's disgraceful.
They did. Right, so let's talk about Ruby.
All right, sorry.
Excuse me, I've got to clear my throat for this one.
Go on.
So anyway, pregnant with Joe,
Yep.
awkward fucker, wouldn't
Yep.
come out, a week overdue, said to Terry, don't drink curry, the cranberry juice weren't working.
Don't drink curry.
I mean, don't eat curry,
Yeah.
don't drink, of course pregnant.
Yeah.
So I said, right, we need to do something. He went, do you fancy having a bit of sex? Bearing in mind, I was about 15
fucking
fun. I was
hell.
for me, I was huge,
You were
right?
huge, yeah.
Massive, whatever. So I just said, right, come and then. So you know, only think,
Come on then.
I said, come and then. So anyway, we had a boxer dog, which we got 8 weeks after I found out was pregnant, which you should never do.
No, stress.
Because you're pregnant and you think, oh yeah, having this lovely dog. She was a boxer. So she was on springs like that all the time, right? Had this lovely dog, gone upstairs. We've locked her away. He's going for it, hammer and tongs. I mean, bearing in mind, I've got a stomach. I mean, like, you know, I don't want to show all the viewers, but my legs are like that. I'm like, hurry up, Terry. You know, hurry up and break my waters. We're going at it, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, it's been 7 minutes. It's 5 minutes longer than normal. Hurry up. All of a sudden, right, he's gone, I've got to put my glass down in case I fall on the floor. He's literally going, and went, oh, like that. And I went, what's the matter? He went, and he literally pulled away and went, your waters have broke. And then all of a sudden I went, my waters haven't broken. I went, Ruby is licking your bollocks. The dog had run upstairs and she was licking Terry's balls. So he just went, oh, and stopped. And the dog was having an amazing time. He thought, because it was all wet and whatever, that my waters had broke. That is a God's honest truth.
Oh my God.
And he went like that. I mean, it wasn't a pretty sight.
Terry got assaulted.
Well, he did, but he just went... But he still didn't start him off the awkward git. But like the dog run downstairs like she'd done something wrong. She was going...
Well, she kind of did.
Half an hour after, going... She had a great time. Terry went, oh, and I didn't even kind of finish. I went, we'll go and finish it with the dog then. I don't care. But she was literally licking his balls. That went into a magazine, that did. A dog magazine. We sold the story. Well, Terry sold the story, as you do. I don't...
That's
Ruby, my little Ruby. My little Ruby.
Mouthful of balls.
Yeah.
Start them young. Today's sponsor of the podcast is Vital. Listen, I don't get my energy by just being like this normally. I take supplements. Vital is a personalised supplement company. You basically fill out a form, you let them know what you want, how your lifestyle is now, and they just give you loads of supplements. So if you want to be a bit more energised, you can have that. Unfortunately, they don't do supplements to get a bigger bum, but I have contacted them and they are working on that. To get 50% off of your first month at Vital, use the code GRACE at the checkout. This is the start to you living about 50 years longer. Do you know what I mean? Take supplements. Often there's a lot of confusion with what vitamins you actually need or ones that you're taking just for the sake of it, and then you're just spending random money on taking vitamin C all the time. So Vital is a great way to find out what your body actually needs and give it what it wants. So again, if you want 50% off, use the code GRACE at checkout.
And then I spent $4,500 on getting a dog run done in our garden. So Terry decided to get another dog. Right, listen to this.
Right.
I had 2 weeks ago before I was having Joe, bearing in mind I had the worst pregnancy ever.
Of course.
And then he bought this dog home and went, I bought another dog. I went, they are not coming in the house. They are not. So it's $4,500 for this dog run. There I am, literally, after the sex, thinking I've got two of the dogs. Now I'm like this, in the bath. Both the fucking dogs jumped the fence that he'd had made. Jumped it.
Stop.
They're boxers. So I looked at him and I went, well, more fool you then, because he had to... Yeah, so I'm laying there, but I've got both dogs licking my arms. I'm like, Thomas, who calls their fucking dog Thomas?
Not a boxer as well.
Yeah, it was already named. Thomas and Ruby, and I'm laying there like that, going, I'll get his fucking paper out. So Ruby licking his bollocks didn't really help, to be honest.
Oh my God.
But I saw this little...
Those poor dogs.
This little head going... And Terry went... He thought that he'd broken my waters because it was all wet and drippy.
How much saliva was on that tongue?
They're boxers, they dribble.
Oh.
Yeah, with a box you have to walk around with flannels.
I just think, no.
Yeah, well, just don't get a dog and don't get pregnant.
Yeah.
Don't spend $4,500 on a run. Don't do it. Just don't bother. Because they jumped. They literally, we looked and went, oh my God, that looks amazing. At the bottom of our garden, and they fucking jumped the thing.
Is this the house you're living in now?
No, that was when we lived in Epping.
Oh.
Beautiful house, beautiful garden, but the kids outgrew it. It was like, we literally looked around one day and went, oh God, we need to move. I mean,
I've got to
go. Joe was the ultimate male. He had cranes, Thomas the Tank Engines, all that. Yeah, he was really macho. George had the buggies, the little dolls, the little oven. Yeah, he did. He had it all. George was.
He had the little oven.
He had the oven. Joe was the one. It was alpha male. Thomas the Tank Engine.
So sweet.
Scarloo, I've got Thomas here, and I've got the big, the big, what's he called, the fat controller. I've got. That was Joe. 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I'm like.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Would you say you've got a favourite child?
No.
Not at all.
No.
If you
I
did,
will say
right.
that Danny and George are very alike, so they were quite easy as babies.
So basically,
if I'd have had him
Joe's
first,
the hated one.
If I'd have had Joe first, but then saying that, after I had him, I said to Terry, after 3 years I want another one. He went, we need to go and see a psychiatric nurse. So I went, why? Because he didn't sleep, he had reflux, and everyone said to me, my friends actually sat me down and went to me, what's wrong with you? And I said, but I don't want him to sort of be an only child, because Danny was a lot older, so I don't want him to have a sister or a brother. So that's why I decided that I'd have George.
And how lucky you did.
Well.
Because now they're together. Not literally.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? They come as a pair.
Well, no, a lot of people think they're a couple.
And that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Because they don't even look like, say, they're not brothers. They don't even look like they'd be together. It wouldn't suit.
They look... Danny and George really look alike, whereas Joe looks
so I don't think
you've got the most amazing skin and amazing hair, Joe. Your father's got amazing
Thanks,
skin,
Mum.
but mine is the hair, bless you.
Yeah, we went to Lisa. What's your favourite porn category? She went, like long hair.
Have you seen the latest thing with Jason Momoa and James Corden doing the fajita thing?
Slapping each other. I haven't seen him do that.
Fucking hell. Jason Momoa's got shorts on. Have you seen the size of his legs?
Right, Lisa, look into that camera, and if you had anything to say to Jason Momoa right now, because this could get back to him. It could.
Jason Momoa, we need lunch. I need to see you, because the day I saw you on Graham Norton, my head turned around 360. I need to see you, babes. I need to show you around Essex. Let's go for lunch. You know, I can be single. Bye, tell. And I know that you are now, so we need Jason. I am your biggest older fan. When I've got to try and keep them away, they're getting my nipples are getting a bit erect here. Right. Sorry, Jace. Back to you, Grace.
Yeah, Jason Grace. That's a ring.
Yeah, Jason, get him on here. And I can be serving drinks.
I'm bloody trying, Lisa.
I can serve drinks in the background.
I'll
be like
the
little waiter with, would you like a drink, sir?
Who's this one? The
Yeah. And then I can just go, da-na-da, ta-na-na-da. It's me. It's your biggest English fan.
People are like, I love the work.
But his hair, I mean, do you know what it is? He's massive.
Yeah.
He's got massive arms.
Yeah.
He's covered in tattoos. He's
He
got
is.
massive legs. He looks nothing like Terry. Sorry, Tel. I do love you. I've been with you 30 years. I do love you. But you know, it's something completely different to what you used to.
Terry's like...
Hilarious.
He is the funniest... But then,
He is.
I feel like, okay, Halloween's coming up. Why doesn't he dress up as Jason Momoa? That would be great.
Role play's not for me now. I'm a bit old for it. He did dress up years ago. We had a bit of a thing in my flat, me and my mate, and we did like spin the bottle, and I made him dress up in all my Ann Summer stuff, and mate was going to kill me for this, and I made him run down the road, and then I shut my sash windows so he couldn't get back in. Swear to God. And he went, "You don't fucking open this window. You're dead. I'm never going to see you again." I was like...
And he saw you the next day.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
because he wanted to shag, so.
Yeah. God.
I mean, I was young once.
Yeah, you were.
was, you know.
I believe it as well.
No, I was young.
And they sounded like good days.
They were.
I'll
With
give
raving
you
days
that.
were perfect.
Because you were a raver.
I was a proper
I
raver.
believe it. I love it.
Yeah.
What was your favourite, like, genre?
I used to give it all out, and you know, like you do, and like,
Little sunglasses
Oh
on.
no,
loving it.
I just loved going out.
Yeah.
You know, all three of them loved going out. Terry and I used to go
Don't
out
they?
every weekend.
Love it.
And do you know what? I'm glad I did it then, because a lot of my friends want to do it now after they've been married for years, and I'm glad I did it when I did it.
Yeah.
Because now I have so much fun with the boys.
Yeah, I mean, you're lucky though, because at least your family's like fun. Some people's families, oh my God, I think
All my mates go to me, when I say about the boys, I'm really proud and what they're all doing, whatever, they go, yeah, but they've got all that from you. And I go, what do you mean? They go, yeah, but they have. What do you mean? I'm like, I think, what do you mean what they've got from me? And they go, well, no, because we all get on so well. We have such a laugh.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll never forget in lockdown, I took a sleeping pill. I'd had a bottle of wine. I thought, right, I'm shattered. I'm going to bed. And Joe was really fed up this night. He was really pissed off, being stuck in, couldn't see his boyfriend at the time. He was like, so there I am. It's another Princess Diana and George Michael situation. I'm comatose like that.
Yeah.
And then I get, Mum, please get up. I went, who's died? And he went, no, can you come down? His dad's got his decks on. We used to experience decks. And I took my earplugs out and my gum shield. And all like, I went, and I'm on 2 sleeping tablets by now. And I was like, so there I am with dark glasses on, like, you know, my pyjamas, like, no bra, going, Deep inside, oh, deep inside, yeah. I'm like, fucking hell. And then I was like, for 2 hours, the next day I was like,
Oh my
I'm not getting up.
Yeah, because Tell loves the decks.
He does.
He was on the decks when I was round.
Yeah, I know, he loves it. But do you
loving
know
it.
what he used to do on a Sunday afternoon? You know, most parents, when your kids are like sort of 5 and sort of 11, whatever, you'd watch a family film and, you know, I'd cook roast dinner. No, I'd cook roast dinner by 2, decks would go on. We'd be partying all afternoon. Seriously.
That's the best way to do it.
If there was a Fitbit then, I'd have done 30,000 steps. I kid you not.
You'd have been like the body of Jessica Ennis.
Well, I did have quite a nice body then, but obviously...
You still do.
You know, 52, I can't remember. Yeah, and just, I can't even fucking remember, it's menopause. It's hitting.
It's hitting.
It is hitting.
It's hitting quick.
Oh, it is, and it's like, it is. Well, I'm not going to go into menopause, it's boring for you viewers, but anyway, it happens. So, all of you out there, it happens to us mums, let me tell you.
When we drunk talking about menopause,
Yeah.
I was like, no one talks about it anymore. They just assume. And we was going on about it for ages, and I was like, I'm not even going through menopause.
I've got a minnow belly. I was really skinny,
minnow
and then
belly?
all of a sudden I've got like this thing that's appeared.
right.
I woke up one morning and went,
no.
oh my God, it's like this thing. But like it really happens, and it's like I'm like now getting a bit of a hot flush. It's talking about.
Do you know what? Kill me when I get to 40 then.
Fucking hell.
I'm not doing
Do you know what?
it.
I will say, my 30s I loved, 40s I really struggled with, and I hit 50 and just thought I was going to have this amazing, because COVID around the corner, and I think I was one of the first people in Britain to have it. I'll have you all know, because I was really, really ill. And I was, you know me, I was the first person probably. It was undiagnosed. And then we had COVID. So... And I was like, oh my God, I just went, beep, boop. I mean, like, I've got jeans that I put on yesterday. I thought, I'm going to wear them to see Grace. I thought, you can't even get them over my fucking thighs. And Joe's going, no. I went to him, you're not my dresser.
Yeah, but also, fuck you.
Yeah, I know.
I wanted that.
He ordered me loads of stuff to wear, so I went, I'm not fucking wearing that. I'm not wearing it. He went, well, put your Hawaiian all-in-one suit on then. I went, right, well, I'm going to have to wear a bra. There is no bra with this outfit.
As it shouldn't be.
Well, because I've got lovely
You'll be
implants.
whipping that
I've
off
got lovely
after
tits, but I'm
this.
not getting them out today.
Well, only after Shoreditch House. The last story you got is that one.
Oh, right.
Right.
Going back to Malta, when we went to Malta, obviously never been away with my girlfriends, really, really nervous about going away with them. The first night we were there, I mean, I was a bit traumatised at the airport. All my friends bought like litres of gin and vodka. I thought, I don't drink that.
Yeah.
I won't be able to get any rosé. Anyway, we had a few shots the very first, we were only there for 3 nights, a few shots. Anyway, went to bed. Got my friend Louise there. I'm in the bed, so 2 single beds. At home, I would get up, walk round my bed, my toilet's there.
Oh, no.
Right? The hotel had sent me the most beautiful chocolate Grenache cake for my... I mean, we did go a few months before my birthday because it was obviously summer.
Yeah.
So I've got up. I had these beautiful silk shorts and I'd specially bought.
Love that.
Got up, walked round the bed, thought I was sitting on the toilet, sat on the chocolate cake and thought, oh, fucking hell. So there I am with, like I shit myself. So there I am with my lovely silk shorts. So I thought, I'm going to have to take them off. I thought if Louise sees me arse in the morning, she sees me arse. Put them in the sink. Woken up in the morning and thought, what is she fucking doing in the bathroom? I was dying to go away. I had this... She thought I'd shit my pants. And
she
so
trying to
she's
cover it up for
one of
you?
my oldest friends. And she was trying to get all the shit off.
Yeah,
It
well, she
wasn't
wasn't there for you while you were being sick, was she?
Well, she
So,
weren't
okay,
actually, Louise. Yeah, Louise, I'm going to call you out right now. So anyway, so she's trying to finger my
bless
shorts.
her.
So anyway, so she went to me, she went, you all right? I went, what do you mean, am I all right? She went, you shit your pants. I went, oh, I said, look at the fucking cake. With that, she's crying because it's flat. This cake was about 6 tiers off. You know, I went, and I knew straight away what
you'd
I
done.
weed on it. I knew what I'd done.
Oh, my
So I
God.
thought, oh, that's going to have to go straight away. So anyway, I put my lovely silk shorts out on the balcony, fucking clean and nicked them. So I was on a mission then for the whole 3 days to find the bitch. And then on the last night before we left, I saw my fucking shorts on someone's balcony. So I wanted to climb up the hotel. I mean, we were quite high up. The girls were going, the legs is not going to end well. Stop it. But I thought, she's fucking nicked my shorts.
Did you get them back?
No, I didn't.
What?
I didn't get them back. But I sat on the cake, and but my lovely friend thought I'd shit my pants. So
And you might have, to be fair. That's like a logical thing.
I don't think I did, even though I've got problems with all that
You
stuff.
do?
I don't
Yeah.
think I did.
What's the worst thing you've ever done drunk?
Oh, God, now you're asking me.
I am.
Oh, no, I can't actually say. No, I can't say this on air because it's terrible. No, I can't.
Second worst?
Well, one of the things I did was when I was first with Terry, I said, I'm absolutely dying for a wee. I have to go to the toilet. So where he lived in Woodford Green, I said, Terry, I need to go to the toilet. And I went, look, there's an open over there. So before he can grab me, I went, Lisa, I've run across this road, dropped my knickers, dropped my dress, and I've weed, and it was in the middle of Woodford Bridge roundabout. So as the cars have come out, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, all the lights, everyone can see my arse, I'm having a piss. That's quite up there. But I've done a lot of things when I'm drunk, and like the boys have had to literally. I mean, you know, Joe, he wasn't very old in Lanzarote. They had shit wine. It was all inclusive. So I was literally
it's always the all
draped
inclusive.
over his back as he carried me. I mean, I don't want my children to see me like that. Now they have.
Yeah, they know.
I've given up now. I mean, I don't really know. That's quite. You should have told me this. So I could have thought about this.
Yeah, I should have.
There's quite a lot of things,
and I believe it too. I really do.
I'm trying to think what I've done. No, I don't know. To be honest, we'll have to re-enter
regroup.
This.
Yeah,
re-enter this
You'll
conversation.
You'll be on here again soon, so it's fine. Whatever.
I'm just trying to think. That's one for next time.
Amen. Okay. My last question for you is: obviously, at the end of every episode, we ask what advice, saving grace. What advice would you give me in life? In anything.
Be your fucking self.
Okay, fine.
And do you know what?
Yep.
Don't do everything to please. My nan said to me once,
God bless.
You do. My nanny Dolly, which I called my dog
Dolly. I was thinking that.
Yeah, I called my dog Dolina. Dolly after my first nan, and Eileen after, so she's called Dolina after my nans. I know my family will be horrified, but she's my.
Right.
They will be.
Yeah.
My English nanny Dolly always used to say to me,
yeah.
You just do what suits you. And do you know what? When I was young, I thought, but as I've got older, I thought, do you know what, Nan, you're bloody right.
You're right.
You really are right.
Yeah.
So you just do you and sod everybody else. All right, don't be mean to people.
No.
Be kind. But if you've got a situation where you think, it's either me or them, you.
Me.
You, every time. 100% Grace.
I agree.
100%.
That's the best advice we've had on it, to be fair.
Well, I'm a lot older, aren't I?
Yeah. Well, no.
I'm granny status, although I've got no grandkids.
Yes. Well, I mean.
Well, George is still a virgin, so I've got fucking years to wait for that.
It's all right, we'll find him someone. Shoreditch House.
The halo slipping. Oh, he's coming down.
Any last things to say? Got anything else to say?
No, I'm
Nothing.
just really privileged and so happy you've asked me today.
Anytime.
And I would like to, I know your parents might really have a go at me, but surrogate you or adopt you and say that on, let's do a legal document.
I can do you on weekends.
Well, not really, babe, so I've never really gone there. Don't really want to either.
Can't knock it till you try.
Like when Joe said to me that time, Mum, have you ever been near a fanny? I went, no, I don't want to. He said, now you fucking know how I feel.
That's like the time. Can I quickly tell this story before we wrap up? So my boyfriend and Joe they were meant to go to a gay club, and there was like no room or so they weren't letting people in or something, right? And basically they went to this club, and it turned out to be a strip club. My boyfriend goes, let's get a dance. This is pre-me. If he did it now, he'd get fucking beheaded. But he said, let's go get a dance. Joe goes, I'm gay. And she goes, it's fine. I prefer that actually because I can do whatever I want. Anyway, after the dance, Joe runs out, and my boyfriend goes up to him and goes, are you all right? And he's throwing up outside because her pussy smelt of mackerel.
Oh, it did not. He always says pate or mackerel.
Oh, pate.
Yeah, pate.
Sorry, not mackerel. That was over the top. Pate. Yeah, he went, it smelled
and
of pate.
And I went to him, if you ever go with a girl like that, I mean, it is the stories he's been told.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. And if he's like,
not.
let's go to the fucking doctors.
What did he say? It looked like a pickle.
No. I can't eat oysters because that is a woman's vagina. I'm sorry.
Horses?
Oysters.
Oh, oysters.
Grace, you can't eat an oyster. It's fucking gross.
No, and it slips all the way down. It's disgusting.
We don't talk about that.
Nah. I mean, oyster pussy, and that's what we're ending with today.
Which I haven't got.
Which Lisa doesn't have. She has a DV.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, she does.
Talk about that next time.
Yeah.
I've got loads more. I've got loads more material for next time.
She'll provide pictures as well. God bless.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. If you're watching, first of all, like and subscribe.
You better be.
Amen. And if you're listening, give it a 5-star rating and a follow. Say see you later, Lisa.
See you later, guys.
Bye.